I thought that nothing can surprise me concerning the Russian propaganda machine, but I underestimated the creativity of the Kremlin fake propaganda. So this week, they forced the leakage about Putin, they were talking about the fighter jets, and of course they hooked with, that's right, the nuclear threats. This is Fake Check, which knows it all.
Ukraine refuses to create protective zone around Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant. Russia launched a new disinformation campaign. Kremlin-aligned media state that Ukraine is not ready to implement the International Atomic Energy Agency initiative, which would exclude attacks from the territory of the power plant and against it.
In September, the International Atomic Energy Agency Director General initiated creating a protective zone around the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant. This proposal, which would rule out the station's destruction, has not yet been implemented. Ukraine, unfortunately, is not ready for this.
The security situation at the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant deteriorated after the shelling and seizure of the Ukrainian nuclear facility by Russian occupying forces in March 2022. The case continued to escalate and became critical in August 2022, when the Russian military set up firing points at the Zaporizhzhia NPP and began to use the station for combat operations and shelling of Ukrainian positions.
I urge the withdrawal of any military personnel and equipment from the plant and the avoidance of any further deployment of the forces or equipment to the site. The facility must not be used as part of any military operation. Instead, urgent agreement is needed at a technical level on a safe perimeter of demilitarization to ensure the safety of the area.
Ukraine, on the contrary, supports all the efforts of the international community to demilitarize the Russian-captured Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant, while Russia does not stop illegal actions at the NPP, including the constant attacks on the nuclear facility. Ukraine's foreign ministry does not believe in the supply of Western aircraft to Ukrainian armed forces. Russian media are manipulating a quote by the head of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Ukraine, Dmytro Kuleba, about the supply of Western weapons to the Ukrainian armed forces.
Dmytro Kuleba no longer believes in the supply of Western aircraft. The head of the Ukrainian Foreign Ministry complains to the Europeans about all sorts of difficulties and lack of time.
Russian media are manipulating a fragment of the interview of the Minister of Foreign Affairs of Ukraine, Dmytro Kuleba, with the German media Bild am Sonntag, commenting on the journalist's remark that the issue of supplying Ukraine with modern combat aircraft is still being discussed in world politics. Kuleba stressed that Ukraine has no doubts about the transfer of Western fighters to counter Russian aggression.
I'm confident they're coming, but I'm also sure that it won't happen anytime soon. The transfer process, it will take some time. The first step is now to start training Ukrainian pilots on Western aircraft. So, when a decision is made to provide military jets to Ukraine, we will not waste time on training pilots. When Germany joins the countries that have already declared their readiness to train our pilots, this will be a clear signal of political commitment.
Russian media deliberately omitted Kuleba's words about Ukraine's confidence in the possibility of obtaining aircraft and took the minister's words out of context, publishing only news that Ukraine supposedly does not believe in the supply of Western fighters to the Ukrainian armed forces. Biden, at a closed meeting with congressmen, acknowledges Putin's invincibility. Russian media, propaganda groups on social media, websites and Telegram channels distributed an audio recording which they tried to pass off as a leakage from a meeting between US President Joseph Biden and US congressman that was closed to the press.
I was wrong about him. He is really a patriot of his country. He is not interested in money. He only needs a strong Russia. We will not be able to defeat him, the audio recording says.
However, the audio recording cited by the media does not sound like the voice of President Joseph Biden, but his rather primitive imitation. StopFake invited several Americans to listen to the audio. They said confidently that English is not native to the person whose speech they are trying to pass off as Biden's. Numerous public statements by the US president also contradict the content of the leakage. In an interview, Biden confirmed that he considers the Russian leader a murderous dictator.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Latest news, trends, and analytics on all about Ukraine. Like, share, and subscribe. Any questions, proposals, and comments, contact us via email.